event number 25 of the 25th anniversary season. So tonight we are down to the final four in each division. We'll have a three-game step ladder to determine our champions. Time to introduce our top four in each division. Starting with the scratch division, our number 4 seed from Middletown, PA, Cameron Weger. In the first match, she'll be taking on our number 3 seed from York, PA, Clay Thomas. Winner of that match will advance to the semifinal. Take on our number 2 seed, also from York, PA, Bryce Klein. And the winner of that semifinal match will take on our tournament leader at plus 159 for 8 games from Middletown, PA, Cody Brunner. Bowling fans, it's a nice hand for our 4 scratch finalists for tonight's Easter Classic. All right, now it is time to introduce our 4 handicap finalists. Our number 4 seed from West Orange, New Jersey, Taylor Mills. In the first match, she'll be taking on our number 3 seed from Harrisburg, PA, Josh Wade. Winner of that match will advance to the semifinal to take on our number 2 seed from Clearfield, PA, Lila Elensky. And the winner of that semifinal match will take on our tournament leader at minus 39 for 8 games from Stowe, PA, Katie Swavely. Only credits of an ice hand for our 4 handicap finalists for tonight's Easter Classic. All right, we will begin our quarterfinal match.
Alrighty then. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's installment of PJBT After Dark. We are coming to you live from Jordan Lanes for our dual pattern event. I am Skip Moyer, joined in the booth here by Mr. College Boy, David Swavely. David, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
We have the top 4 in each division. 4 will bowl 3, the winner will bowl 2, and the winner of that will bowl 1. As I stated earlier, this is our dual pattern event. We had Broadway on the left lane, Statue of Liberty on the right. So a little easier on the left, and good luck with that shot on the right.
Funny enough, I actually had a better strike percentage on the right lane than I did left lane today.
You were in the minority.
Yeah.
I saw a lot more gutter balls thrown on the right than I did on the left. So.
Oh, I split a lot today on that left lane. My purple hammer wasn't doing as much striking as I wanted it to.
Those gosh darn urethane balls.
I know. I mean, I only did bring 3 bowling balls to this tournament today.
All you need is 1.
I used 1 on the right lane and I used the other 2 on the left lane. That's about it.
In our first match here on the scratch side, we have Clay Thomas taking on Cameron Wiegert. The winner of that match will bowl Bryce Klein, and then the winner of that match will bowl the number 1 seed, Cody Brunner. On the handicap side, we have Joshua Lane against Taylor Mills. Josh will be getting 2 pins handicap in the first match. The winner of that match will move on to the second match to take on Lila Elensky. And then the winner of that match will move on to take on the number 1 seed, Katie Swavely. Do you know Katie?
Yeah, she's actually...
She your neighbor?
She's actually the better bowler.
The better bowler?
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
what I get told anyway.
We won't tell her that, but yeah, that might go immediately to her brain, so we'll keep that one down.
Not gonna try.
While I do a little scoreboard adjustments here, David, just kind of give us a little idea about how it was out there. I mean, they did look a tad brutal at times.
Yeah, so on the right lane, we bowled on Statue of Liberty. It was about like a almost 4-to-1 pattern. It was 3-to-1. And at least for me, it seems like the further left you got, the better reaction you had. I saw a lot of people out there kind of, being a little bit too far right. It was a little bit out of bounds. I'd say like right at like 8 or 7 or 8. And I noticed the further left I moved in, the better my ball reaction was. I mean, I was throwing a Black Widow hybrid all day with a lot of surface on it, and throughout the entire day it was pretty good. I struggled a lot in the left lane compared to a lot of these people. Games 1 and 2, my urethane was kind of over-under. I kind of go through the beak, first couple shots I was right, and I would make adjustments left, and I'd kind of roll out on me. 2-8-10, combine the head pin. But from what I've seen from other people, though, they were able to get their urethanes to go through the pins correctly. They were able to control their urethane from, not hooking too early, and they were able to get it to be more smoother for them and have better reaction.
So, this is your freshman this year, correct?
Yes,
in college?
freshman.
So, I mean, you had what you would consider a somewhat decent year last year. You bowled pretty well.
Yeah.
How has the full-time college schedule increased your knowledge and made you better on lanes?
I mean,
Because you're seeing this stuff week in and week out now.
Yeah, I've learned so much, and even like when I first got there, I knew a little bit about bowling, but like my knowledge has expanded so much just going to Southern. I go to SNU in Bethany, Oklahoma, and we're all freshmen. We have 2 transfers that are sophomores, but one thing about our team is that we just bounce off each other, and we're able to learn so much. I noticed like I'm able to make a better arsenal when coming to tournaments. I understand surface a lot better now too, so I understand when to and when not to use surface. And just a lot of the physical aspects of my game too, when it comes to my timing, my release. Even when it gets to drilling bowling balls, I'm starting to learn how to drill bowling balls. And it is quite difficult to understand all of that, but I mean, every single week, at least at most college events, I notice that we're all starting pretty far right and then make a huge jump left. There's really no in between. But yeah, it's really intense, and definitely learned a lot that's helped me come to these tournaments.
All that practice knowledge and everything, and your sister still bowled better than you today.
Yeah. You'd think with all the practice I have, I'd be able to do a little bit better today, but I'm going to blame it on the jet lag from my flight on Thursday. I'm still recovering from that.
We got the Wilmelsdorf Mafia checking in the comments section. Happy Easter, sir. Hopefully there's plenty of goodies in your Easter basket tomorrow. Hopefully it's more plentiful than the Phillies offense.
This is tough to watch.
We were at the game yesterday, I'm ashamed to say, and it just... I never seen a crowd of 40,000 go down to 4,000 so fast, so... I mean, you say that your whole entire team is freshmen. That's a good thing and a positive in a way, because
we had a very successful. Most of us being freshmen, it was a very successful first year. We finished 7th at sectionals, which we had 2 tournament wins this year. But we competed with some of these bigger name teams that are, more well known, more experienced, and we're just with a lot of talent. And signs are going forwards with the people that we have coming in too.
well, hopefully in the next year or two, you guys will. How much of a process is it for you guys to kind of gel together? Did it take a little while?
Surprisingly not. We, first week that we were there, even move-in day, we have a total of 9 guys. We have 2 people that commute to school. We have 1 person that lives in a different dorm area than us, and we had 6 of us living in the same dorms. And we all helped each other move in, and then that same night we all went out to dinner, and just the team bonding overall was just great. And I think right off the gate it started off like what made us get along so well together.
And it shows, because all right, let's go down to math, then we'll continue our conversation.
All right, bowling fans, time to begin our quarterfinal matches. On the scratch side, number 3 seed Clay Thomas taking on number 4 seed Cameron Wager. Clay has elected to have Cameron start the match 137, and he gets the difference in handicap, which is 2 pins. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our quarterfinal.
All right, and we are ready to go here. Cameron will be starting on the left, and Josh will also be starting on the left. Just to finish that comment, it just to have success right away. You know, if you guys essentially don't get along from the start, that you do struggle out of the gate. So
it definitely would have delayed the success that we had. I mean, even so, our first tournament, we bowled 2 tier 2s in Fort Worth, and we had no idea what we were expecting, but we were just able to continuously bounce ideas off each other. We were able to maintain our composure, learn a lot just in those first 2 events that built success for the rest of the year. What I noticed about Cameron's first shot is him being so far left, at least on this shorter pattern. You've got to split boards down lane, and you have really no room for error. Especially, it's only like I think 23 or 24 mils, being 37 feet. Yeah, it's 26 and a half. So you have to be really accurate, or your ball's gonna go past the head pin a couple times like that.
yeah, you don't. There's not a ton of difference in the volume between the 2 patterns. Only 2 mils, but that extra 10 feet is gonna bite you a little bit. Cameron does spare. Josh also spares as well. Taylor, her first shot on the longer pattern, does go a tad high, leaves the 610. Clay up now. What's the hardest pattern you bowled on this year?
We went to.
Let me rephrase that before we get into that. What pattern do you find that you struggle on the most right now? Like, what do you see as a harder pattern for the college kids?
Honestly, what was weird, so being a freshman, I hear a lot of different things about the ITCs and the ISCs. And so this year, I was in Fort Worth, Texas at City View Lanes for our sectional. And everybody tells me that sectionals are usually pretty difficult. You know, when it comes to team games and Bakers, there's 64 Baker games. And, you know, they only oil in the morning, don't re-oil after that. And so they told us, like, you know, it's gonna be pretty difficult. But the hardest pattern that we bowled on was we bowled a tier 1 where McKendree bowls their home bowling center in November, and it was like a 46-foot pattern, and it was extremely difficult. And I noticed patterns like that, I don't necessarily struggle the most on, but as a team, we struggle a lot trying to figure out how to break it down correctly, how to get the right surface on our bowling balls, how to get any kind of ball motion. Me personally, the patterns I struggle the most on are the patterns like the medium, like 39 to 41-foot patterns where there's a lot of out of bounds, and you kind of have to get that like in between zone. That's where I struggle the most.
And that's all part of, you know, you talked about a learning curve. That's all part of it. Clay Thomas left a 610 there in the second frame, picked off the 10. Cameron up now. He misses wide right. He was lucky enough just to leave the 1-2-4 there. Taylor went open. She has 18 in the second. Josh coming off of a spare there leaves the 5-pin, the solid pocket 5. Looking to convert his spare here.
I think
Looks
that's
like
back-to-back 5 pins.
I am not sure what he left in the first. You are probably correct.
Cameron makes his spare. I think Cameron's throwing that new Optimum Idol, and it looks pretty good. I myself am not a big Storm guy anymore. I'm still a lot of Brunswick, but that Idol does look very good.
I have to imagine the spare game has gotten much stronger as well for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gotten a lot better. I actually don't use a spare ball. I flatten my hand down and throw a strike ball at all of my spares. That's an unfortunate 6-7 right there.
Yeah, pretty good, decent shot off his hand. Just kind of kicked a little left there and went high.
But yeah, it definitely, there were some tournaments where, you know, we didn't bowl bad, but if we would have made a lot more of our spares, we'd be pretty close to the top. So it's all a learning thing. And
True that. I haven't met anybody yet that said, hey, I missed all my spares today and I bowled good, so. Cameron left the split there in the third. Play up now. Play looking for double here on the right lane. He did strike on the first frame over here, so.
That was really good.
20 to about 8 down there for him, so Clay has a much better look on the right lane right now than the left, so. But hey, it's early. Let's see what we can get going here for Clay. Taylor on the right lane did strike there in the third frame, so she'll swing around here to along the shorter pattern rather. Looks like Clay's playing them a little identically. It's just he has the break point in a little bit down lane. Taylor comes in light, 2-4-5 for her. Hard and straight at the 4 for Clay. He cleans that up. 58 in the fourth frame for him, so still a 10-pin match there here in the scratch side. Same on the handicap side, not too much different. Spare there for her, she converts.
Better.
That line actually looked a little identical to what Clay's doing. It looked like his break point was in a little bit, hence it looked like he came up high a little bit. Just has to actually looks like you have more room on the longer pattern here than we do the short pattern.
There's a 5-pin over there on 38.
The 5-pin master.
Pretty good at making them though. It's really difficult to straight your spares on long patterns like this today. It's just you have to be dead accurate. You get a little leeway on the left lane if you know, especially even if you shoot dead straight at it, your ball's still going to move a little bit with being so short and so low volume. Camera comes in high, 4-6-7. We got another 5-pin over here on 37. He's getting good practice in though.
I would have lost all those bets today if I would have bet on him leaving 4 5 pins in 5 frames.
I actually don't know what he left. I know he's got at least 4. But I don't know what that fifth shot was.
David, we are going to find out. He left the 5-pin.
He did. That was first frame.
He did. Yep. And then it's 5-pin, 5-pin.
I don't know what he's
something else. 5-pin, 5-pin.
That one checked early on me. 3, 6, 9, 10. It gets. I noticed it gets really touchy on this right lane because everybody had a lot of surface on today. Because when you see 47 feet, you're going to need a lot of surface, especially if you're a low rev rate player. Some of these high rev rate players definitely are able to.
He left a 6-pin in the third frame.
Hey, he was close though. Close to a 5.
I'm sure we can get some sort of wagering odds on if he can leave another one.
I think he could.
But anyway.
So he picks up the 3, 6, 9, 10. I will say the hardest spare in college bowling is the 3, 6, 9, 10.
I think it's a hard spare just in general.
Oh yeah. Just because, I mean, we're all taught to shoot straight at our spares. Oh, man.
That is just the hardest in general, the solid 8-pin.
But we're all taught to shoot straight at our spares, and so when we get to certain patterns, you shoot straight at a 3, 6, 9, 10, you have to hit the left side of the 3-pin and hope that you take all of them out. Because when you hit the right side, you're going to only chop off the 3, 6, and 10.
I think we're going to award Clay the You Just Got Tapped award for the finals today. Cameron up now in the 6th frame, looking to get something going here. He's got a little bit of ground to make up. He does have the benefit that Clay is not striking. It is all mostly spares right now, but a much better shot there on the right lane. He is at a point now where he's got to start putting marks up on the board. Much better shot there for Cameron on the right lane.
I wasn't able to see it. I was
That one,
down there
that one
from
looked
here.
like a bowler. Now he clearly gave it a little more room down lane.
That's our push.
Better shot on that lane too. So he's got something going. 10-pin here for Cameron. He will clean that up. He's got to stay clean. Josh threw a bad shot there in the 6th and struck instead of a 5-pin. We're a little disappointed in that.
I think he's going to leave another one at least one more time in this game. 4 frames left.
We're rooting for the kid. Come on. Play up now, looking to keep the pressure on. That's a good looking shot. Nothing wrong with a light mixer.
Phillies let up another run.
They're
12
terrible.
for
They're terrible. It's like we don't even know them anymore.
It's the right shot right here.
Yeah, a double here really. They're both in the same mode here. They just gotta get that ball a little further right down lane. I mean, even if it does check up a little high, they gotta give it a little bit of room. Big strike there for Taylor. Yeah,
She does carry the 5-pin.
she does. She didn't leave the 5-pin though. A little disappointed.
Have you been keeping up with March Madness?
A little bit.
My bracket got ruined around 32 when two of my Final Four teams got eliminated.
I was actually in really good shape until Purdue lost last night.
I don't think Purdue lost last night. I'm pretty sure
Did they?
they
Oh,
won.
they won. I'm sorry. No, it was Houston that lost.
Houston to
Yes,
Duke.
Houston is the one that didn't treat me right.
I had Houston winning it all this year. I mean, I did have Baylor and Kansas in my Final Four, and they both got eliminated in round 32.
UConn looks so strong right now.
They really do.
All right, we have a strike there for Cameron. This match is not over yet. He is down about 40. But he has to double here. I think to have any shot in the match,
This
he
one
has
right
to.
here is big.
Because 36 is definitely
Oh.
9 count there.
You really needed that one to have a chance.
1-2-7-9 for Taylor. She does not convert. Give her 112 in the 8th. Josh has 120 in the 7th already, so once he gets up here, leaves a 5-pin in spares.
I think
That's gonna just about do it for Cameron.
yeah. As long as Clay stays behind the line or keeps him away for the next 2 shots, I think he's good. And there's another one. There's another one.
I'm just so proud.
I
Anyone that shares my name and leaves that many 5-pins.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
well. I think I may have spoken a little too soon. That kind of makes it.
If he doesn't strike here, we'll match. Or spare, rather.
That makes that misstep a lot more interesting.
You did say stay behind the ball. He did not stay behind the ball.
No, he did not.
He kicked the field goal and it went wide right.
Themselves a match now.
So it is 9, 10, 11, 12. Clay is going to be up 13.
He's going to need...
He needs a double to shut him out.
Yeah. If he goes strike spare, we know...
No, he needs a mark.
Yeah,
Mark and count.
he needs to fill 18.
Yes.
Any ball changes on that left lane? That's his third. I think that's his third ball change on that left lane.
He needs a spare account. Josh, did you talk about 2 different patterns? Today is dual pattern event.
We just talked about how I'm going to tell you to go away. we were talking about how young Josh here has left five pins in 9 frames.
And he's made all of them,
And he's
too.
made them all. I think Josh is going to be terrible in the bar at his old age. He's not going to have a bar tab at all.
All right, he's going to need 8 here. He needs 8 to shut out. Here.
And yes, Matthew, just to calm your nerves, I did tell them we're on dual patterns today.
Thank you, sir.
We gave him analysis and everything.
And he ball changes again. And he goes Brooklyn to win.
Just the way he set it up.
162 is going to be a winner here.
He doesn't need to be proud, he's just got to get it done. $162, as David said there, for Clay Thomas. Spare strike here puts Cameron at 149. We're going to focus on the handicap match here now.
4 pin for Taylor.
138 for Cameron Uyghur. Matt, how much is that? How much for Cameron?
He's not paying attention.
It's going to get eaten up.
All right, so let's see here.
Needs to make this.
Yeah, she needs to make it put the pressure on Josh. Josh pretty much has it wrapped up.
Yeah. Once again, I think
3,
Josh is going to have to stay behind. Well,
Last time you said that.
Last time we did say that, we did see a gutter ball, so. Yeah, because Josh right now sitting at 148 in the 9th. She's got 142 to fill ball left.
Josh needs 7 pins on his first, 7 pins on his first ball, and he's good.
5 pin here, right here, would be pretty good for him.
He would be in business there with a 5 pin. 152 for Taylor Mills. She pretty much beat. These handicap kids are on pace to beat the scratch kids.
I just think the handicap kids nowadays are just a lot better. And he leaves a 6 pin, not a 5 pin this time, but
It's good
that's
enough.
still a winner.
Winner, winner, pick up your chicken dinner. He's getting a free meal at KFC tonight. Speaking of KFC, there is one right down the road.
I'm not a big KFC fan. It's
I like the potato bowls.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, there's something about them.
I'm more of a Popeyes kind of guy. That's really.
Just don't eat one of those bowls when you're going down 22 at 65 miles an hour. It's not good. We're not going to talk about it, but it's not good.
And way to cap it.
Look at this kid.
175 scratch.
It's in the name, man.
I was
It's
just
in the
about to
name.
say, I'm just.
177 8 with him.
All right, so Clay Thomas 162, Cameron Uyghur 138, Josh Len 177, Taylor Mills 152. We'll go down to Matt here and we'll give out some hardware.
Okay, bully fans. That concludes our quarterfinal matches. Finishing in 4th in the scratch division. Getting an $80 scholarship. To get
Cameron Wigger, $80 scholarship.
And our fourth place finisher in the handicap division, receiving a $50 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Taylor Mills.
Taylor Mills, your fourth place finisher, $50 scholarship.
All right, on to our semi-final matches.
All right. So after today, we get a 7-day break, as usual.
Yeah, per usual.
Next weekend, April 7th, we are at ABC West Lanes in Mechanicsburg for our spring 5-person Baker team tournament. We are limited to the amount of teams I believe we can take. I don't believe we have unlimited lanes next week, so do go online at pjbtbowlingseries.com and put your entry in. It is discounted till tomorrow night, so once you and the bunny are done having dinner, go on and put your team in. And then after that, we are at Leisure Lanes for our adult junior. We are back to Leisure this year for a springtime adult junior. We also have limited amount of entries for that too, so get your teams together. And that is also the finals of the Keystone Bowlers Tour at Nellie Fox. And then after that, it's major number 9 at 222 Dutch Lanes. And then we finish out the month of April with our 21 and under doubles event at Bolero Limerick Bowl.
I do have sad news for you. I'm not going to be participating in the Baker event next weekend. I'm actually bowling the Oklahoma State tournament.
Well, bah humbug on you. I hope you watch a little bit of this spare shooting today and learn a little something.
I mean, I have been leaving a lot of 5 pins recently, so I'm definitely going to ask Josh after the tournament for some tips.
If you don't know how to leave a 5-pin after today, bud, you weren't paying attention.
I've been taking notes. I think 5 pins are probably one of the harder spares to make too, because
It's got to be in your head, man.
it's all in the head.
We want to thank today's sponsor, Our Family's Pro Shop, Pat Polash and his family, longtime supporters of the PJBT.
I'm pretty sure I heard Clay say earlier that this is his first time making a singles telecast.
No, he won the bracket tournament last year, so that kind of counts as a singles. And he has been in a step ladder before. Don't let him fool you.
How's bowling going for you recently, Josh?
Well, I had a pretty rough start to my season. I was averaging about 205, 206 through about the first 10 weeks. Behind my teammate Matthew there. He was actually bowling better than I was this year. Then they heard a real loud pop in the bowling center, and off I went. So
I heard you shot the runner this year. Is that
I did,
correct?
yes.
Very nice.
Yeah, trying to climb up that mountain.
I mean, you have big shoes to fill if you have Matt hit running.
Well, big shoes and a weak back. But yeah, it's okay bowling one night a week, I guess.
I bowl about 5 to 6 days a week. That's
Better you than me, pal. My arm would have fell off by now.
No, it's catching up to me now. I have to wear a knee brace because I've had some bad knee.
It's all a part of getting old.
Starts on the right.
I need a knee brace too, but I just refuse to wear it.
Frame is always on the left.
Pretty soon you're going to walk up to the foul line and your first thought's going to be, what's going to hurt today?
I had bad forearm pain, then that went away, and then now the knee pain started.
You'll walk on the lane, you'll bend your left knee a little bit. Hey, that feels pretty good. You know, that's kind of where you're going to get to in a couple of years. Pretty soon, good bowling's not going to be a good night. It's just going to be that you walked out of there.
Walk out of bowling with no soreness, that's going to be a good night.
All right, on the mat for the start of our semifinal match.
All right, bowling fans, time to begin our semifinal matches. On the scratch side, we have number 2 seed, Bryce Klein, taking on number 3 seed, Clay Thomas. Bryce is going to start the match on lane 35. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed, Lila Elensi, taking on number 3 seed, Josh Lane. Lila is going to start the match on lane 37. She gets the difference in handicap, which is 10 pins. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our semifinalists.
Don't feel bad, David. I went back-to-back 299s one night and still didn't shoot 800, so
That's
that's a personal failure for me.
must be a rough third game.
No, it was my first game. I shot 198.
Oh,
All right, Bryce leaves a 9-pin on his first frame.
I think he's still throwing everything. I still think he's throwing his pitch black.
Lila started her match also along with Bryce. She goes 8-1. The 5-pin master up now for his first frame. And Clay. Let's see if Clay learned anything.
Really good shot. I think he's throwing that archetype hybrid. I hear some mixed emotions about that ball. I hear some good things, some bad things. I think they were trying with it, so it's got to be pretty good.
I think it'll be, I don't know, I kind of see Clay having a little bit of an advantage here. Just because he does have a game on this pair. We saw how less than stellar this pair was, so.
Spare shooter over there, Josh, makes his 1-2-4.
But at the same time, I mean, if Bryce is throwing that urethane ball, I am curious to see, the ball reaction that he does have.
Yeah. I think that's going to mess with Clay's ball reaction too. How deep
Yeah,
Clay is.
definitely. Well, let's see how long that takes.
Just missed the 6 minutes. Oh, we got another one for Josh.
If I had a bell, I'd ring it every time he leaves the 5-pin. I can't contain myself.
Light mixer for Bryce.
Tell you what, that is nice and smooth out there.
And he makes it. He could be blindfolded, and I'm pretty sure he'd still make his 5 pins.
Oh, like clockwork.
I think there's 3 guarantees in life. I think there's death, taxes, and John making his 5 pins.
I'd like to say it's as easy as making a left turn, but I've seen people that don't know how to make left turns. So
Bryce goes high with 6'10".
I mean, I certainly can see a strategy here of the urethane ball should keep him out of trouble.
They say there's no defense in bowling, but I think that in certain situations there is some defense. I mean, if they're playing a lot further right in the urethane, he's going to push the soil down, and he plays a lot further left, could give him that, over-under reaction. But,
And then he goes, here, Clay, anything you can do, I can do better. You can miss 1, I can miss 2. And here go the handicap kids bowling better than the scratch kids again.
that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. Let me see here. this is actually the same handicap again, I believe. Josh is getting 2. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the wrong card.
These are all cards, I think. Josh is getting. Lila's getting 10.
Lila's getting 10 sticks. There you go.
Clay goes dead flush.
Glad to see you have your stuff together more than I do.
Flat 10. He's keeping his ball in the pocket too.
Absolutely.
His ball's deflecting, but
And I'll be the first guy to tell you, we're joking about these 5 pins here,
Yeah.
and that's not going to stop. But like you said, he is keeping the ball in the 1-3.
yeah, that's just misses that 10 pin.
And you can tell by the scores that it shows that he is staying clean.
Yeah, I mean he had a lot of 9 last game. I'll take 1 too.
Just something other than water. I hate diet soda, but you know, he paid for it, so.
Bryce sees the 1-2-8, covers it like it's nothing. He's actually giving me a fancy cup.
Look at that. Wow.
I feel fancy.
Wow.
I feel like he likes me just a little bit better than you, probably.
Well, you know,
Thank you.
Lila got upset there looking at all those 5 pins. She says, I can do that too.
This is kind of the same reaction I had with my Purple Hammer earlier. I just kind of had it over, under, and I think he's going to, he's the, what is that, the 1-2-4-8?
Yes, that is the 1-2-4-8. Yeah, he just got that ball, just did not give him anything right around the back of the head pin
I
there.
mean, these are also wood lanes, too.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
She got that started a little too far right.
I just know the lane surface that we have here is not traditional, so putting out sport patterns can be a little bit more difficult when it comes to transition. You know, we were going at a center like Bolero Works, Bolero Limerick, Strike Zone in Pottsville, and the synthetic lanes, they probably break down a lot more differently, and you probably have more consistent reactions with the urethane that you will than what you do on the wood side. Josh shot for 310. Clay makes another ball change. I'm not sure how many ball changes that's been tonight, but it's been quite a few.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, David. I wanted to oil in my hand today, but I got told no.
That would be a lot of fun. I've never bowled on lanes I've been oiled my hand before.
I did,
And he kicks the 5 out this time.
He did.
5 pin just been tired of standing up for him. He finally kicked one out.
I got to be honest with you. I did a lot of growing up with a mop and a spray bottle, so I want these kids. One of these days it's going to happen.
Now, did you bowl with like George Washington and Abraham Lincoln?
My teeth were much nicer than that. The way my knees feel when I stand up, I think they did. Clay now looking to.
Grab 10. That's,
Yeah.
He's definitely in the right part of the lane. He's definitely got a better reaction on the left lane. He does the right lane.
Alright, Clay up now, looking to
Make
remain on a clean streak here, yeah.
That spare tire gets the job done.
It does. Hopefully that's the only spare tire you need in your life.
Lila leads the 1-2-10.
We have ourselves a tight match over here.
Bryce goes light, leads the 2-5.
And that is one of the pains of the urethane there. Just he got it in there a little bit and grabbed that puddle down there and just went the wrong way.
He chops the two. I think he's throwing an astrophysics on that right lane.
Talking about Rice?
Yeah. It looks like it, at least from the back, I can't really see. I mean, I see blue, black, and purple.
I thought by the ball reaction it might have been a blue hammer, but I'm not sure.
It's the infinite physics, not the actual.
Still a physics.
Hey, I was close enough.
Yeah. I'm not good with any physics.
I'm taking physics 1 next year for my major.
Take a picture, send it back.
Josh up on the left lane. Goes light for the tube. And I mean, he's been consistent in the pocket on either the 1-2 or the 1-3, but it's still giving him 9. 9's good. I like that most recent comment by
You watch your mouth there, young junior.
I think he's trying to compliment us. I don't know. I think he wants us to stay in the
I think
booth.
he's trying to force me into a permanent commentary role. That's what I don't like.
I would love to be the commentator every week here. We have another 5-pin over here on 38.
Roll reversal.
And we have Clay picking up a bucket.
I'm going to regret asking this, Darren. Which one am I?
Clay chops the bucket, and he's got a 22-pin lead right now, but I mean, we've seen crazier things happen.
This handicap match here is about as tight as she can get.
2-4-5 for a while. We need a score correction down there. Don't worry, I'm able to save the day again. Of course, you get to be the king.
Yeah.
And at least I'm Jim Ross.
Then you get to use terms like slobber knocker and government mule and stuff like that.
Lila picks up for a 2-4-5 as Rice goes.
That was a big spare there. This match is going to come down to the 10th over in handicap.
Rice goes high, leaves a 4-7.
Both bowlers are through 8 frames. Lila has 118, Josh has 125, so
Light makes
that's
it
a
out.
7-pin match.
He gives that one the business too. That
He
was
did, man.
He really wanted that.
He'd have slapped it out if he was in high school. 8 spare there for Bryce, who needs to get moving here. As tight as the match is, it just, you kind of, I don't know, there's not really a lot of momentum. Bryce is somewhat clean, Clay is somewhat clean also. It just,
And they both have 2 missed easy spares.
yeah. 310 here for Josh over on
What?
lane 37. That was a big strike for him, no matter how ugly it was.
And he
Look at that.
finishes. Oh, he is a
310.
spare shooter. I need to go to this guy for some spare lessons. I'll tell you that.
310.
Bryce does get that lucky Brooklyn on.
He's going to be anchoring your team this week. All right, big shots here for Clay. Oh,
That's another ball change. I've noticed he made a lot of ball changes. I think he just keeps faith in one ball. I think he'll be all right. All right, 1, 2, 4, 8 there. 171.
171 there for him.
It's gonna force her to double, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because.
Yeah, she goes strike spare for 168 with handicap.
Yeah, 168. Yep, she needs to double. And that is going to end the handicap match.
Josh is going on to take on Katie.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm ducking. It's not like I'm going to get in the way of that machine.
It's the scratch shot's getting a little bit closer.
And Clay missed that 4-pin.
Yeah.
I did not. I didn't see that right away watching the handicap match. So
Clay's gonna come up here with 6 pin. It's still not over yet. It's gonna force. He's gonna spare and get at least 9 to force Clay to get the first one. But he needs this one. And keeps it. So 9 here is good. 8, we have a chance at a tie. He needs at least 8. Anything less puts him in a little bit of trouble.
9 count is big here.
Yeah. Oh, that's left. He got 7. Now Bryce just needs a mark. Any mark.
Spare strike.
Spare strike by a stick.
yeah, he needs 20 essentially.
Yeah.
If he doubles, he's good. But if he does not double,
Even if he does double, I think he's alright. This is a big one, and he's I think on the better lane too. See what he does. He got that little bit left. That's a huge first one. That's a winner right there.
171 to 161.
Yeah, so we have Josh winning 171 to 161 on the handicap side, and Bryce through the first one, the 10 to.
Bryce asking his ball boy to grab another ball for him. That is kind of what happens when you're the loser and you don't
Yeah.
make the finals. You
Yeah.
got to be the ball boy.
I've had my fair share of ball boy days.
Bryce comes up high. He will be making a ball change. Bryce will be in the 180s here, which we didn't think was fathomable there at the beginning of the match.
It's all about staying patient. That one didn't look that bad. I mean, Bryce has 1 strike in the first 8 frames, and it goes 3 in a row. In the 9th, the first 2 in the 10th to win that match.
We might have to pull play in here and ask him about that god-awful hair. Once we get to our next match started here, maybe we'll ask him. You know, see what kind of mood he's in.
Okay, bowling fans,
He does look a little frustrated right now, which
on the scratch side, finishing in third, receiving a $100 scholarship. And award goes to Clay Thomas.
Clay Thomas, your third place finisher.
And our third place finisher, the handicap kid, getting a $60 scholarship certificate and award goes to Lila E. Lensky.
Lila Olensky, your third place finisher, $60 scholarship.
All right, on to our title match. All right.
More than mine.
I think it's more than ours combined.
And if it's more than mine, it's 5 times of what Matt's is.
He's probably stiff than.
I think Josh has more reverie right now than Matt does.
Because I feel like every time I watch Cody throw a ball, his pins are flying and he's striking.
I just want to get handicapped here, that's all.
Katie's gonna get 16.
Katie will be getting 16 pins here. Cody Brunner taking on Bryce Klein, the 1 and 2 seeds there. Over on the handicap side, we have the 1 and I believe was he the 3 seed. Josh was the 3 seed, so.
There's another 5 pin for him too.
He's practicing.
Yeah. Oh, and Katie dumps it. A little bit of nerves,
Yeah, should be all right.
I mean, she's been here so often, I'm surprised she's doing this.
Should be all right.
That's got to be 700. I feel like it is 700.
Too many for this guy to kill.
I wonder how many 5 pins we're going to see between both Katie and Josh.
That would be impressive if we could get if we get something over 5, I would be impressed.
Yeah, I think
Because I was impressed by the first match that we had.
that we had 5. I wonder how many we had last week.
We have 7 or 8. There were 3. I think we had 3 the last match.
Yeah.
8 5 pins.
Not every day you see that.
Yeah, I just sent it that way.
David, I'm going to step out for a second before we start our title match. I see a large crowd gathered around my thing because I just want to grab some stuff.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have Clay here. About what was 35 and 36 like for you? Because we had some observations back here, but I want to hear your thoughts about it.
So, I would say 35. It wasn't really acting like a short pattern. I had to play more in the middle of the lane rather than what you usually have to do. Yep.
We were saying back here, because I know match 1, Cameron, I think his first shot went way past the head pin, and you've got to be really accurate playing that far left, especially on one of these shorter patterns and low volume. But go ahead.
I would say the right lane was pretty similar. It was just a little tighter because the oil was sitting there for a little bit. But I just made some bad spare shots. But other than that,
I do have one more question. I noticed.
1 second. Let's get this match started and we'll go back to it.
All right, bowling fans, time to begin our title matches for tonight's Easter Classic Duel Pattern event, sponsored by Our Family's Blue Shot. Our leader, Cody Brunner, on number 2 seed, Bryce Klein. Cody is elected to start the match on lane 35. On the handicap side, we have top seed James Smith taking on number 3 seed Josh Wayne. He is elected to start the match on lane 37. Also makes a difference in handicap of 16. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title matches for tonight's Easter Classic.
One more question, then when we finish here. But I noticed you made a lot of ball changes in both your matches. It felt like there was a couple ball changes. I saw at least 5. So what was up with your ball changes?
There was a lot of ball changes. I was just not comfortable with one ball in general, and I just wanted to trust my gut.
Understandable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Sir. Thank you, David.
First shot, we had Cody go a little bit light. He buckets. Katie left at 4-9, but I wasn't able to see it, so.
No, she's going to take a run at it here.
Hey,
Good.
she gave me a good shot.
I thought she was going to make that there. That was a good shot. Good attempt. Cody goes 6 and a slash. Good start there for him. Let's see. Bryce is going to go with, I believe, that game breaker that he threw on the fill ball.
That was pretty good.
Good choice.
Josh up here. 6-10
there. If you think they're frustrated now, wait till I use the mop and spray bottle.
Josh picks up his spare. He's a really good spare shooter.
Championship weekend, I'm just going to go with this. I'm just going to spray a bottle of oil in the lane, and whatever happens, happens.
Bryce goes down to the 7th in. And it looks like I'm not going to be participating in championship weekend this year if you will be doing that.
Me neither. I won't be bowling either, so don't feel bad.
Josh up again. There's one. There's one. Bryce needs that ball to skid.
We might have to add a 5-pin award to the awards this year. If we do, I know who wins.
Makes it with no effort.
But he has made all of them. That
Yes,
is
he has.
important.
Cody up on lane. Dead flush. Katie pulls it a little bit left. Fortunate enough to leave the 1-3. Something makeable.
Definitely.
Sometimes when you're struggling, the best thing you can do is just leave something you can make.
Just stay clean.
Yeah.
There's just no.
Cody up on left lane. He's throwing that optimal idle on the right lane. I think he's throwing in eternity pie. His left lane. Katie cleans up her spare.
And when you throw the ball with as much revs as he does, you get pin action.
Yeah. I think the pins are scared of him. I think when at a bowling tournament, if he walks into the building, the pins kind of get scared.
You and I would have threw that shot. We'd have big 4.
Yeah, that happened to me a lot today.
There you go. All right, Bryce up now, looking to get back on track after missing that single pin.
That one checks a little bit early. Need
He
3
got
6
that one in a little bit. It's kind of what we've seen for most of the match. Katie up now for her 3rd frame.
Goes high, leaves
6-10.
6-10.
6-10s are fine. We just got to make them. Same with Josh. Josh is clean through the first 2 frames.
I do like Darren. He does think there's only 24 5-pins between both of them this game. As Bryce chopped for 3 6 10.
Ooh. I thought about that one as soon as she let go of it. That had a little bit of chop written on it. Bryce up now, off back-to-back opens, looking to get back on it here.
That's got to go. This is the head pin for 1-3-6. As Josh goes high, leaves a 6-7. It's times like this where I'm kind of glad I'm not bowling
Yeah.
for a title.
If you're just joining us, as I mentioned earlier today was our dual pattern event. We have the 37-foot Broadway pattern on the left, the 47-foot Statue of Liberty pattern on the right. And a lot of these bowlers on the right lane felt like the Statue of Liberty, just standing there looking at it.
really like the right lane. The left lane is really what got me today.
Yeah, and I'm surprised by that. I saw a lot more struggles on the right lane than I did the left. So
Josh up. Flat 10. That's just another fantastic shot. He's able to hit the 1-3 and get 9. Bryce does pick up his 1-3-6. Now it's gonna go. That's pretty impressive when he goes that fast.
back-to-back opens now for Josh. Katie with the opportunity here to get up and put a little distance between them.
Katie goes Brooklyn, leaves a 9 pin. We have Cody leading a 9 pin as well. Katie does make her there. Picks up his spare. Katie up in the left lane, needs that ball to go. Leaves a 1-2.
UConn's up 30 in the first half already.
That's wild. Bryce goes light with a 2 pin.
I thought for a second there before he moved it was a 5. Look at the disappointment on my face.
Now every time I leave a 5 pin in competition, I'm gonna think of this game. Katie picks up her spare.
I got a wobbly chair.
These definitely are not the most comfortable chairs here at Jordan Lanes, I will say that. But
Well,
you gotta work with what you got.
They didn't get the padded ones out for us today, so.
Oh, a flat 8.
Yeah, a flat 8 with some action.
Almost a flat 5-8. I actually, off topic, I thought about making my March Madness bracket based off of these colleges that have bowling teams. And I think if you were to do that, you would have almost a lone 8 on this left.
I'm not going to lie to you, bud. I hit random on my one. They had the option to hit random based on winning percentages, and that's what I went with. I enjoy watching it. I don't follow it enough to make educated decisions.
I
so.
make a lot of wild guesses, but if you were to make a March Madness bracket based off of these colleges that have bowling teams, I think Purdue would be Purdue versus GCU in the finals. Texas A&M would be a Final Four team.
Can you imagine if you would be involved in a 64-team bowling bracket?
That would be insane. And they'd have like best of 7 Baker matches.
And you got to do it all in one day. We
Yeah.
we go right to the end. All right, open frame there for Josh. He has 82 in the 6th. Katie has 89 right now
The 5th, actually.
in the 5th. So 89, 87. She can take a 17-pin lead here.
Cody up, making a ball change on the left lane. Dead flush. Goes
And a strike for
Brooklyn,
Katie.
Doesn't matter how they look on the lane, it matters how they look up there on the scoreboard.
Cody went plus 159 for today.
That's really impressive.
He shot 700 for his best 3 games.
Bryce goes light mixer. Still down a decent amount, unfortunately.
Bryce Klein still went 100 over too, so not too shabby. Katie was minus 39 for the day.
Oh, Katie goes high, leaves the 4-7-10.
710.
Katie was sitting in third going into that last game of qualifying. He was able to take the lead.
Half of Katie's games today were over average, so that will certainly help get you somewhere. Same with Josh. I believe out of the 8 games that he bowled today, 4 or 5 of his games were over average. So it was a house pattern for them.
Yeah, they made it look very easy.
Vinny says hi.
Hello, Vinny.
All right, open frame there for Katie. Josh walks up and strikes.
Follows that Brooklyn. It is looking pretty good for after Bryce misses his 10th pin. It's looking pretty good for Cody to win. I mean, like I said earlier, as long as he keeps his feet behind the foul line, his ball in play, he's going to be in good position.
You are not wrong there, sir. Ooh, a 4-5. Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are there.
Cody misses the head pin. He's a 1-2-4, but that's still pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right. He's in good shape.
He's sitting at 170 right now in the 8th. He misses all these pins. He's going to have to go.
If he shoots less than 190, he's out
Yeah.
permanently. Kicked him out. Yeah, he makes his spare here. It's pretty much over. Here's Katie for her 8th.
Oh,
5 pin.
That's a 5 pin.
Yeah.
So that's 2 for the match so far.
If we could put a video, if we had enough funding to put a video package together of all the 5 pins today.
Now let's see if she's been taking notes from Josh earlier. Let's see if she can make her spare. And she does make her spare. She has been taking notes. 9 here is going to give Cody a winner. Strikes a winner.
That's good because I already marked him as a winner on my spreadsheet.
So your winner today in the scratch division is going to be Cody Brunner. Pulled really well today. He really did. Bryce goes dead flush. Katie up on the left lane, hoping to get something going. Goes high, leaves a baby split, 310. See if Katie can make it. Chops the 10 pin. Still keeps her in good position to win. She's got 154 in the 9th with her handicap. Josh can strike out for 170. Now, that 9 spare, Katie's going to need 7 pins in the 10th frame. Actually, she might be a winner before
Let's see here. Let's say he makes his spare here.
he punches out for 160. So he's going to need all 3 to force Katie to get 7.
And that's 7 no matter what. That's on both balls too. So.
Yeah. Baby split for Cody. Bryce finishes his game with a 159. I'm pretty sure in the scratch division there was only 1 200, and that was Cody's. Joshua.
Well, if you're gonna win, do it convincingly.
Yeah. 214 for Cody is going to be a winner.
Josh has to
Yeah.
strike out here, or Katie wins on the bench.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to go left. Katie's a winner.
That's gonna do it, yeah. Katie Swavely. Cody Brunner and Katie Swavely will be your champions today. Both 1 seeds hold their ground.
Chops his spare. He shoots 149. Still, great bowling by Jacob all day. And he definitely taught me how to make 5 pins today. I'll tell you that right
You
now.
ain't kidding, bud. We got a lesson.
I'm very happy for Katie, but I'm gonna have to take an hour car ride home with her after this. It's not gonna be pretty for me. I feel like. As she goes,
I think you're sitting in the back seat.
oh, I'm definitely sitting in the back seat. As Katie goes dead flush, just great bowling by her all day. Definitely kicked my butt today. I'll tell you that right now.
214 for Cody Brunner, 159 for Bryce Klein. That is your final there in the scratch division. I'll have your final handicap score here momentarily.
Oh my goodness.
A whole lot of garbage there. I hope she throws this last shot, turns around and goes, "Take that, David."
Just gives her more bragging rights. She's definitely had a better PJBT career than me. I'll tell you that right now.
And once again, more handicap bowlers. David bowling better than the scratch
Oh
kids.
yeah, always. Berries, all 3 in the 10. Very good bowling by her today. Shoots 168, 184 with her handicap. And that's a winner.
The better Swavely showed up today.
Better Swavely did show up today. I flew in to surprise the family for Easter, and
You flew in to lose to your sister.
yeah, basically.
All right, we're going to hand out our awards here, and then we are going to close up the show and go the heck home.
I'm ready.
You and me both, pal.
All right, bowling fans, that concludes today's BJBT, our 25th event of the 25th anniversary season, our Easter Classic dual pattern event sponsored by our family's program. Our runner-up finisher in the scratch division, getting a $125 scholarship, certificate and award goes to Bryce Klein.
Bryce Klein, $125 scholarship.
Our runner-up finisher in the handicap division, getting a $100 scholarship, certificate and award goes to Josh Lane.
Josh Lane, a $100 scholarship.
The best five pin shooter, I think in America. I'd say the world.
Most importantly there, 100%.
And now we crown our champions in the scratch division. Dominant performance gets a $200 scholarship, and the first place acrylic plaque goes to Cody Brunner.
Cody Brunner, your winner today, a $200 scholarship. And as Matt said, a very dominant day. Averaging over 200 all day.
And our winner in the handicap division also receiving a $200 scholarship. Certificate and the first place acrylic plaque goes to Katie Swavely.
Katie Swavely, your handicap winner today, also a $200
All right,
scholarship.
we'll get a picture with our winners, and then we'll wrap up the show. On behalf of everyone at the BJBT, happy Easter, everybody, and we hope to see you. Don't forget to tune in next Sunday, April the 7th. We'll be at ABC West Lanes in Mechanicsburg for the finals of our 5-person Maker Team Tournament. Very exciting bowling next Sunday. College bowling type style event next Sunday. So we'll see you then.
Maybe Matt will have a voice by then. All right, well, Matt says we're going to take a picture and wrap up the show, but we're going to wrap up the
Yeah.
show while they're taking a picture.
I think
so
I'm ready to wrap up the show and get out of here.
I'm ready. I was ready before you. Just a reminder, next Sunday we are at ABC West Lanes for the 5-person Baker team event. The discount is good until tomorrow night at midnight, then it goes up $5 a bowler. So get your entries in online at pjbtbowlingseries.com. Congratulations to Cody Brunner and Katie Swavely, our champions today. Thank you to you, David. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me in the booth today. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's always good to have a co-pilot that's not named Matthew sometimes. So
I will next time I'm in the area and you need a.
we'll do it again sometime.
Of
Definitely.
course.
This is not our farewell. So
No, definitely not. I know if you're looking for me for next weekend, I won't be here. Once again, bowling the Oklahoma State tournament. So sorry about that, guys.
well, I'm normally not here. Like this is only the third time I think all year that I've done broadcasting. So that I've been able to stream. So anyway, thank you to all of our entries today. We had 50 entries and. We're going to wrap it up here. We want to say Happy Easter to everyone, and hopefully you enjoy your weekend. You're safe, and we'll see you all next Sunday from ABC West. Happy Easter, everyone, and good night.